Hey YouTubers, welcome back for today's video. And in this one I'm going to do something that's a little bit, I guess, special for me, but not so much for you guys. So one of my favorite things to do back a couple years ago, 3-4 years ago and so forth, was I would always drink Red Bull. I'd usually drink about 2 a day. I would drink them especially when I was at work, because I always felt the need to kind of just have something in my hand and walk around and sip on it while I was working. And plus, you know, you would get energy from it, at least as far as I was concerned you did. And my favorite flavor were these blueberry ones right here. The Blue Edition Red Bulls, as far as I'm concerned, were just absolutely delicious, and I have not had one since February of 2019. And one of the things that I remember people always talking about with Red Bull, and I'm sure there's some research that backs it up, but one of the things that people would always talk about is that it would raise your blood pressure, raise your heart rate, which naturally it should raise your heart rate because it's B vitamins and it's caffeine. But it was kind of pressed towards being something that was really, really bad for you to consume. We're not here today to dive into real deep research on this subject. I simply am going to take a blood pressure. I'm going to take a blood pressure reading with this little blood pressure device that I have. Why is that so hard to say? And then I'm going to drink this 12-ounce Red Bull. I'm going to take my blood pressure immediately when I'm done, and then maybe about 5 minutes after, and just see what kind of effect it has, whether or not it raises my blood pressure, whether it raises my heart rate. Obviously, I expect it to. I haven't had one of these in so long. I cannot wait to bust into this thing and drink it in a second. But before we do that, let's go ahead and do a blood pressure reading. I'm going to drop the camera down just a little bit so you can watch. Prepare to be bored for a second, because I'm not going to edit this video while I'm taking a blood pressure reading, because then I could falsify it. And I'm not going down that road and having people question what I did here. Alright, so let's drop this down just a little bit. My eyes are up here, guys, but not right now, they're not. Alright. Now, I do expect my blood pressure to be a little bit higher than usual right now, for the simple fact that I'm making a video, and it's a little nerve-wracking for me to make videos. So here we go. Sit nice and still, feet flat, breathe. Alright, 139/87. Holy crap, I had no idea that I get that nervous when I am making videos. Let me just clarify before we continue on. I just registered a 139/87 for my blood pressure, which is high for me, and but my pulse rate's only 68. So I'm going to go to my health app real quick, again, just to clarify that I don't have blood pressure problems. I cannot talk. I've monitored my blood pressure over the last week. My high was 125, and my low was, or that's the top number. My high was 125 on the top number. My low was 60 on the bottom number. My average is 117/72. So yes, normally my blood pressure is okay. This is what happens to me when I make videos, and this is why it's so hard for me to come around to making videos, I guess. I don't know. Alright, let's turn that off. And now we're going to bust into this Red Bull. And I just have this feeling that my blood pressure is going to drop after this. It's almost not even fair, because right now it's so elevated because I'm so hyped up. But, you know, the heart rate will be an interesting thing too. Oh. That is every bit as good as I wanted it to be. Okay, so I paused the video for roughly about 6 or 7 minutes there. That's how long it's taken me to get to about that much left in this can. Nothing's changed, of course, yet. I haven't taken a reading or anything. I'm just drinking Red Bull. I miss these things. They're really good. Either I'm suffering from some sort of like a Mandela effect, or something has changed in the way that we record like food and calories and stuff in the the whole blah, blah, blah. Anyway, includes 38 grams of added sugars, 76% of your daily value. Now, either I'm reading this wrong or somehow we've added sugar to our daily value counts, which I didn't think sugar was supposed to be included because sugar is not necessarily a good thing for you. Maybe I'm just reading too much into this. Maybe I just need to shut up, drink this can, and do what I came to do. Okay, so this can is completely empty. I think what I'm going to do real quick is I am going to take, since I just finished it, I'm going to take a quick reading of my blood pressure, just in case it's dropped at all, because I've calmed down a little bit since sitting in front of the camera, maybe. So I'll measure it again just for shits and giggles, and then we'll move on from there. There that is. Come on. And there that is. All right, deep breath. And just relax while this thing does its thing. Okay, so blood pressure reading is 136/84. Not far off from what it was, just a few minutes ago, or well, 8 minutes ago, 9, 10 minutes ago, whatever. Over 70. Not over 70, but 70 is my, oh God. All right, I think that looks a little better. But 70, so everything's pretty much exactly the same as it was a few minutes ago. So we will see in about 10 minutes. Current time is 4:33. Get my head out of the way. Well, whatever. You can kind of see that anyway. Time right now is 4:33. I'm going to come back at 4:43 and start recording again. And we'll see if my blood pressure has spiked. If it stayed the same, we'll see what my heart rate is at. Because obviously I do expect my heart rate to increase because of the caffeine and B vitamins. Just takes a little bit for it to kick in, All right, so I'll be right back. Not that you'll notice, because when I come right back, it'll just be the very next frame. All right, everybody, the time is 4:43. So it's been 10 minutes since I finished that. 18 minutes, 19 minutes, something like that since I took my first sip. We're gonna take another blood pressure reading real quick and check my heart rate and everything and see what's changed, if anything has changed. Bring the camera back down again. Again, I just felt that this part's kind of necessary to not edit and show you all this, just because I don't want you thinking that I'm putting false readings in here or anything like that. So, without further ado, feet flat on the ground, and just breathe. (136/77), heart rate of 74. So, unless something changes while I'm editing this video, like in the next 10, 15, 20 minutes, however long it takes me, basically nothing's changed. If anything, the blood pressure on the bottom number I think dropped a little bit, because I think it was like 84 and then 82. Can't exactly remember off the top of my head. But I'm not telling you that Red Bull dropped my blood pressure. I'm telling you that it really had no effect on it whatsoever. And even the heart rate, which I thought would kind of, spike significantly, only went up like a couple of points. Went from like 70 to 72 to 74. Like I said, I can't remember all the readings exactly, but most of everything right there just stayed in the same ballpark. So drinking a Red Bull, I mean, anything in moderation, right, guys? Because too much of anything can harm pretty much anybody. But one Red Bull every now and again on the occasion, maybe even once a day, how's it really going to hurt you? It's when you're drinking 2 and 3 at a time, before you go in to take a test, or if you're drinking like, 2 or 3 during your work shift, or 2 or 3 while you're at lunch, or something like that, then yeah, that's a little excessive, and that's where things are going to start to hurt you. Just use common sense, guys. That's all I really know to tell you. Just use common sense. So in short, no, this Red Bull didn't kill me. None of the Red Bulls I've drank, the hundreds of Red Bulls I drank before this, killed me. None of them adversely affected my health because it was a moderation thing. Everybody's body chemistry is different. Obviously, one person could have such a bad reaction to this, it could kill them, but then every other person could be fine. You can't just let the one horror story dictate how you're going to think. It's good. It's as good as I expected it to be, and that'll probably be the last one I have for quite some time because I just don't really drink them anymore. But they're delicious. Will Red Bull kill you? Probably not.